Monday Night Football. Welcome to the Blitz Show, brought to you by Covers with Derek Carty and his Blitz projections. Look to pick off the best plus EV plays for every primetime game. We started the season 2-0 on the Thursday nighter. We're back back on Monday Night Football. Same place. We're at MetLife Stadium, Derek. How often do you think you see back-to-back primetime games on the same field?
I'd say probably not very often.
No, so this is a tricky one. I think it's not a lot people have been noticing early in the week, but it will certainly be something people are talking to heading into Monday night. Buffalo Jets, Buffalo minus 2.5-point road favorite, total sitting at 45.5. Slight chance of rain, not as much as Sunday night. If you're new to the show, Derek, this is how he does things. He has his leans, he has his plays, obviously more confidence in the plays, but we'll be tracking both all year. Aaron Rodgers, over 234.5 passing yards, minus 114. This is a play and also available at Rivers and FanDuel at the time of recording on Saturday. Rodgers over 234.5. The books are creeping up, so that's always a good sign. Derek, seeing as high as 236. Buffalo defense, 0 additions in the offseason. They finished outside the top 10 success rate, EPA per play, but a big factor here, Leslie Frazier is gone, longtime defensive coordinator. Sean McDermott is taking over. We'll be calling the plays. What are the projections here for Rodgers on a pretty modest passing total?
Yeah, this total just feels really low for Rodgers. The Blitz is projecting 269, so we're getting about 30 yards or so, 35 yards over this number, which feels really good. You know, Rodgers is obviously, his career is winding down, but the Blitz still thinks he has plenty of juice left in the tank. He has a pretty good group of receivers to work with, certainly better than he had last year. Last year, he didn't have that true number one. This year, he does. He's got Garrett Wilson. So, and he's got familiar bodies with Allen Lazard, with Randall Cobb. He's got McCole Hardman, who's a deep threat. This is a pretty solid group for Rodgers to work with this year. And I don't think people realize it, but when you account for context, the Jets were very pass heavy last year, more so than Green Bay was. So this is a spot where even though they run kind of a Shanahan style system, people think of it as run heavy. This is a team that is willing to pass the ball. And with Rodgers calling the plays, he's certainly, involved at least in the play calling, process. He's going to be throwing the ball a good amount this year. And I think this is a spot where Rodgers should come out, and 234 just seems like too low of a number.
Yeah, also some sneaky yardage in that New York Jets backfield in the passing game with some able bodies back there. 234.5 is a low number, especially if we get to the next guy, Josh Allen. If Josh Allen can exercise the demons and throw a 270, 280, or even 300-yard game versus this team, we're going to see passing both ways. So that leads us to our second run. Josh Allen over 1.5 pass TDs, even money. That's at 365, pretty widely available. It's a lean, little less confidence on this play where Aaron Rodgers, as you said, over 260, some solid numbers there. That's a play. So we go with Allen. Allen, a lot of the talk will be what Allen did last year versus the Jets. Threw for under 400 yards, 2 picks, 1 TD in 2 meetings. How much should bettors actually be valuing head-to-head stats? Because I know in baseball it can be something that I know a lot of recreational bettors put a lot of weight into, and sometimes probably too much.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing for football. You're going to see recreational bettors, or you're going to see touts talking about head-to-head matchup stats and that kind of thing, and you should just ignore it. Like, it really doesn't matter. It's a small sample size. It doesn't consider context. It doesn't consider that the team is different this year. Like, it's not realistic. The Jets defense, has a reputation as being really, really good, but there's so much uncertainty early in the year, and defense is so noisy that we go into every single season. People think, oh, these are going to be the good defenses. These are going to be the bad defenses. And by the end of the year, like, it's completely different teams usually. So you can't put a whole lot of stock into thinking that, oh, the Jets defense is going to be great, because truly we don't know that. And this is one of the most pass-heavy teams in the league. Aside from the Chiefs, nobody throws more than Buffalo in a neutral context. Josh Allen's an elite quarterback, and I think the chances of him going over 1.5 are high enough to justify the odds here.
Yeah, 1.5 even money. I think that's something that people should get on, especially with them probably running maybe heavier sets, maybe some Kincaid and Dawson Knox formations in the red zone. We know what he likes to do with his tight ends down there inside the 20. So Josh Allen over 1.5 pass TDs. And I think you make a great point. Year to year, defense is one of the hardest things to consider and to have continuity between year to year. And that's one thing I've learned reading a lot of previews this year from a lot of sharp minds. And the uncertainty isn't the certainty that that's going to be a great defense isn't always there. So Josh Allen over 1.5 pass TDs, even money. That's a lean. But the big play, Aaron Rodgers over 234.5 passing yards, minus 114. That's a play. If people are getting this late, this was recorded on Saturday. What's a number you're comfortable playing Aaron Rodgers up to on that passing total? I believe you said his projection was over 260.
Yeah, his projection's 268, I believe,
Oh,
269. So if you're getting this even in the 240s, you're probably still looking at solid enough value as long as you're getting it, minus 110 or so. So yeah, that's probably about where I'd play it up to. Maybe 245 seems reasonable.
Okay, so we're in on the Saturday. We're in a 234.5 on Saturday. We'll put those into the Discord there, and they'll be out on YouTube as soon as they get edited. So this is what we got for Monday Night Football. That will wrap up the Blitz show. Week 1 NFL action started great Thursday night. Let's keep it going. Derek, I'm Josh Ingles. He's Derek Carty. This is the Blitz show brought to you by Covers. We'll see you back here Thursday Night Football, Week 2.